Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, gentle practice. We will breathe slowly and deeply, move slowly and mindfully, and we will bring in some balance postures which can help to keep you in the present moment. Hard to worry about what happened yesterday or anticipate what might be happening next when you're trying to balance yourself. So it's good for staying in the present moment. So bring yourself to your mat. We'll come into Shavasana to begin, final relaxation pose. So you can find your way down onto your back. If you prefer to lie on your belly or your side, then please do that. And if being seated feels like your medicine today, then please do that as well. You do you. Tune in, see what you need, and do that. If you're finding your way onto your back, you can take the feet to the outer corners of the mat. You could bend the knees if having the legs extended feels a little bit too much on the low back. You can always bend the knees, point knees up towards the ceiling, or you could even take the feet wide to the outer edges of the mat and drop the knees in, let them knock together, rest together. So you find what feels good there. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up if that feels okay. If you feel like you need a little bit more grounding energy today, then you can turn the palms to face down. Snuggle the shoulder blades together underneath you. Maybe give your head a little rock from side to side. And then bring your head back to center. Just begin to let everything settle and soften. And let go. Put down any mental baggage you might be carrying. You can pick it up later. But for now, just let yourself be here in this moment, allowing yourself this sacred time with yourself, your body, your breath, your spirit. And check in, notice how you're feeling. Notice thoughts floating through your mind, feelings, emotions, physical sensations in your body. Just be curious about it, no judgment. Just notice how you were doing today and honor whatever that is. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you choose to carry the intention off of the mat and out into the world with you, close the eyes if it feels okay. And just let the body rest and get heavy and root down towards the earth. Let gravity have you. Feel free to yawn or sigh now or anytime. And begin to bring your attention to your breath. Drawing the breath in through the nose, all the way down into the belly, filling, expanding the belly, and then drawing the breath up into the rib cage, filling, expanding the rib cage, the front, the back, the sides, all the way around. Drawing the breath all the way up to the collarbones, filling up the upper chest, the upper back, and then as you exhale, releasing the breath from the chest, the rib cage, the belly, back out through the nose, and you can exhale out through the nose or the mouth here. Take a few deep breaths like that, in through the nose, down into the belly, filling the belly, the abdomen all the way around, filling the rib cage all the way around, upper back, chest all the way around. Exhaling the breath out through the nose or the mouth. And now we'll bring in a 3-part breath and take a few rounds of our 3-part breath. So we'll draw the breath in through the nose, bring the breath down into the belly. You can bring hands to rest on the belly if you like. Feel the belly expand. So sip in about 1/3 of your inhalation, fill the belly, and then pause and hold the breath. And then sip in the second third of your inhalation. Maybe you move the hands up to the sides of the rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand with that second third of the inhalation. Pause and hold the breath. And now sip in that final third of your inhalation, and if you like, you can move the hands up to rest on the upper chest or the collarbones. Sip in that final third of the inhalation. Feel the upper chest, ribcage expand. And then as you exhale, release the breath from the chest, the ribcage, the belly, all the way out. We'll take a few more cycles of breath like this, sipping in the breath in thirds, the 3-part breath. So deep breath in, you draw in that first third of your inhalation down into the belly, pause and hold. Then draw the breath, second third of your inhalation into the rib cage, pause and hold. Draw in that final third of your inhalation into upper chest, upper back, pause and hold. Release the breath all the way out. A couple more times like that. One more time like that with our 3-part breath. And let that go. Let go of any manipulation of your breath. And then begin to allow a little bit of movement into the body. Now wiggle your fingers, flicker the toes. You can begin to flutter the eyes open if they were closed. And reach your arms up overhead. And bring the legs together. Reach out through the fingers and down and out through the toes, stretching the whole body nice and long. And then relax everything. Slowly roll yourself over onto your left side. Stack the right leg on top of the left. Take a little peek down your body. You want to find a straight line here. So just take a little scan and see, are the legs bumped out in front of you? Are they bumped back behind you? Or does it seem like a straight line from the hips down to the knees, down to the ankles? You can rest your head on your left bicep. Bring that right hand to rest on that right thigh. Or if you need a little help with your balance, you can take your right finger pads in front of the chest to rest on your mat. And if this doesn't feel okay for the head, you could bend that left elbow and tuck the hand behind the side back of the skull. And just take a few deep breaths here, just finding your balance. Just noticing any calibrations that your body might be making, any feelings of tippiness forward or back. And just smile and observe yourself. And now we will take right finger pads in front of you, so feet stacked on top of each other. Flex both ankles. That will also help with your balance. Now we'll slowly begin to lift the right leg up towards the ceiling, keeping your hip in an internal rotation so the toes will point forward. And then slowly you lower that right leg back down to stack on top of the left. A few more times, slowly, easily, gently lifting and lowering this right leg to your degree. And again, just noticing any wobbles, any calibrations. release that right leg down. And then slowly roll yourself over onto the other side so you can find your way via your belly and then over onto the other side, or you could roll onto your back and then onto the other side. I'm just gonna flip myself around so I'm still facing you guys. And again, you find that straight line from hips to knees to ankles. Resting head on right bicep now, or bend that right elbow, tuck it behind the skull. And then left hand can rest on that left hip or thigh, or you take the left fingers to rest on the mat in front of you. And then a breath or two here, just finding this balance. And then we'll take the left fingers to the mat in front of the chest. Press down into the pinky toe side of that right foot. You're going to slowly lift that left leg up towards the ceiling, keeping the toes pointing forward, so finding that internal rotation of the hip, and then slowly release that leg back down. And a couple more times. Nice and easy here. Lifting and lowering that leg. And then release that leg down. Now let's find our way over onto our back. Bend your knees, draw the knees in towards your chest. Send the feet up towards the ceiling, knees bent. Hug the thighs in, so take your hands to the back of the thighs, pull them in towards the chest. Root the sacrum down towards the mat. And then you can stay here in this happy baby variation or modification, or if it's accessible to you, you can reach your hands up for your feet. Inside edges, outside edges, heels, or the calves, or the shins. Can stay at center, or begin to gently rock yourself from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Release your feet. Draw the knees into your chest, and then slowly find your way over into a seated position. So you could rock and roll yourself back and forth along the spine and roll yourself up, or you just roll over to one side, press yourself up. From our seated position, let's just take it into child's pose for a moment. So send your bum back to your heels. Knees could be together or wide. Big toes coming towards each other behind you. And then we'll walk the hands forward, release the forehead down to the mat, or make a little pillow with the arms, and rest your forehead on top of the arms, and maybe give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. And then bring your hips to center, take the hands forward, and then lift yourself up into a table position, coming onto hands and knees. And just a little hip wiggle side to side, or any other movement that feels good. Find some snaky motion through the spine. You could roll through some cat-cow here. Anything that feels good in your body right now. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center. Take it into a cat balance. Root down into the fingers. Root down into that left knee, foot, shin. Begin to extend the right leg back behind you, hip level-ish. Now stay here, or root down into your right finger pads and begin to reach forward with that left arm. Reaching out through the left fingers, back through that right foot. Lift up through your belly and lengthen out through the spine, out through the crown of the head. And then release the hand and the knee down to the mat. Send it to the other side. Left leg moves back. Root into those left fingers, reach it forward with that right arm. Release the hand and the knee down, other side. Right leg moves back again. Hold here or reach it forward with that left arm. And then release. Send the left leg back. Right arm reaches forward. Release it back down. Over to the other side again. Right leg back. Left arm reaches forward. Now bend your right knee, left elbow. Begin to draw them towards each other underneath your body. Curl in. And then re-extend the arm and the leg. Again, bend the elbow, the knee, curl in, draw them towards each other, and then re-extend. One more time. Curl it in, press into that right hand. Elbow, knee, draw towards each other, and then you re-extend everything out. Release the hand and the knee down to the mat. Send that left leg back. Reach that right arm forward. We'll bend that left knee, right elbow. Draw them towards each other underneath the body. Round it through the back. Curl it in. Extend it out. Again, draw that elbow, knee towards each other underneath the body. Curl in. Reach it back out. One more time. We'll curl it in and then re-extend. Release the hand, the knee down to the mat. Root into finger pads. Hug the arms in. Tuck toes under. Send the hips up and back. Downward dog with the knees bent here. Could have a generous bend in the knees. Maybe a smaller bend in the knees. Let's pedal out our legs. Or bend and straighten the knees, or find some movement that feels good. Bend your knees, crouch yourself down, bring the belly back to the thighs, and then send the hips back up to down dog. Again, bend the knees, crouch it down, glide hips up and back to downward dog. Let's do it one more time. Bend the knees, crouch down, glide the hips up and back. Now root down really strongly into the left finger pads, that left palm, outer ring of the palm. Begin to come up onto your right finger pads. Stay here or reach that right arm up and back behind you, palm reaching up towards the sky. And then we'll reach that right hand back down to the mat. Same thing other side. Root down into that right hand. Begin to come up onto left fingers. Stay here or send that left arm up and back behind you. And then left hand comes back down to the mat. Slowly walk yourself up to the top of your mat. Lift your belly up off of your thighs. Hinge from your hips. Again, you could have a big or little bend in the knees here to make this happen. You may have tight or short hamstrings. So give yourself that bend in the knees. Bring your belly to your thighs. Hands either to the mat or grab your elbows. Then give your head a little shake, a little nod. Rock the hips from side to side. Swing the elbows. And then bring yourself to center. Hands to the hips. Press into your feet and lift your heart. Come all the way up to stand. Soften both knees. We'll take the weight into that left foot. Begin to roll up onto ball of your right foot. And then pick up that right foot, extend that right leg out, roll your ankle around, a couple circles. Switch the direction of your circles. Release right foot down to the mat. You could have hands on your hips for this, or maybe out to the side to help with your balance. We'll root down into that right foot now, roll up onto ball of left foot. Hold here, or you can extend that left leg forward. You're lifting that left foot up off of the floor, and then begin to roll that ankle around in a couple little circles. And then release that left foot down to the mat, soften the knees. Take the weight back over into that left foot. Roll up onto ball of that right foot. Now let's draw that right knee all the way up towards the chest. Again, hands can stay on hips, or you could reach arms out to the side. Release the foot back down. Take the weight into that right foot. Roll up onto ball of that left foot. And then slowly begin to draw that left knee up towards the chest. Release that foot back down to the mat. Other side again, weight into that left foot, roll up onto ball of right foot. Draw that right knee up towards your chest. Stay here, or you can take your left hand to that right leg. Maybe tuck the fingers underneath that left thigh. Stay here, or begin to peel the right arm out to the right. Maybe spin your heart to the right, so a little standing twist. And then bring everything back to center and release that right foot down to the mat. Take the weight into that right foot, roll up onto ball of left foot, and begin to draw that left knee up towards the chest. Holding here, or we'll take that right hand to the underside of that left thigh, and then open that left arm out. Peel the arm open and spin the heart towards the left. Bring everything back to center. Let's take the weight back into that left foot. Draw that right knee up towards the chest. This time, let's open that right knee out to the side. Cross that right ankle over that left thigh. So bringing yourself into a standing figure four. And then release. Other side, weight moves into that right foot. Bring that left knee up towards the chest, and then open that left knee out to the side. Cross left ankle over right thigh. And then release. Other side, weight moves back into left foot. Draw right knee up towards chest. Now draw that right knee out to the side as you cross that right ankle over that left thigh. And then slowly begin to draw that right foot into the inseam of that left leg. So up into the thigh, we'll take it into a tree pose. Or if it feels better for you, you could take that right foot to that left inner calf, or even just bring ball of the right foot down to the mat and take that right heel to rest up against that left ankle. So any variation of tree. You see what feels best for you today. It's avoiding any pressure directly on the knee joint, so the foot should be above or below. And then take whatever variation you like with the hands. You can reach arms up. You can take palms together at the heart. Just noticing any little wiggles, wobbles. Give yourself a little smile or a little giggle. And then release hands down. Release that right foot down. Take it over to the other side, weight into that right foot. Let's pick up that left knee. Bring it into our standing figure four. Cross that left ankle over that right thigh. And then we'll find our way into tree. So your version here, bring that left foot where it feels okay for you. Right inner thigh, calf, or to rest up against that right ankle. And again, whatever variation you like with the arms. Bring the arms back down. Release that left foot. Let's do that one more time on each side. Soften the knees. Bring the weight over to that left foot. Draw that right knee up towards the chest. Open that right knee out to the side. Cross that leg over. Figure four. And then you slowly bring that right foot into your tree posture. So your version. Find your drishti, your gazing point or focal point. Something for you to focus your gaze on. And then release arms, release that right foot over to the other side again, soften the knees. We'll pick that left knee up, find that figure four, and from here find your way into your tree. Your variation with your hands. And then release the hands, release the foot down. Let's take the arms out to the sides and up. palms together overhead, soften the knees and fold yourself into a forward fold, hinging from the hips. Shake or nod the head. And then get your hands down onto the mat, so you may need to bend your knees a lot to make that happen. That's okay. We'll just take a little weight transfer from the feet to the hands back and forth. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Grip the mat with those finger pads. And then slowly begin to shift yourself forward, bringing the shoulders up over the wrists, maybe a little bit beyond. And then roll up onto the balls of the feet. And then drop the heels. Take the weight into the heels and come up onto your finger pads. And then plant hands. Weight into the hands as you shift yourself forward and roll up onto balls of feet. And then heels lower back down to the mat. You roll up onto finger pads. One more time. Shift the weight into the hands. Roll up onto balls of the feet. And then heels lower down. You roll up onto finger pads. And then bend your knees. Walk your hands forward. Let's take it into a downward dog. Find any movement that you like here, or stillness. And then slowly release knees down to the mat. Find your way down onto your belly. And we'll take it into a crocodile for our, or a belly down shavasana here. Make a little pillow with the hands. Rest your forehead on the hands. And let everything soften and relax and begin to root back down towards the earth. Again, letting gravity have you. Let go of effort, muscular tension. Let everything soften. Take hands underneath the shoulders and slowly press yourself up. Find your way into a seated position. Bring palms together at the heart. We'll come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. Thank you so much for sharing this short, gentle practice with me today. I hope it helped. With love and gratitude, namaste.